Good morning, everyone. My name is Ms. Disha Dhali, and let's continue with our subject Principles of Business Management. In today's topic, we'll understand meaning, definition, and nature of management. Okay. So let's start with the meaning of management. When we see the word management, it simply means that to manage something. Okay, management means what? To do particular thing in particular order, to manage a particular thing that you are going to do, or a particular event that is going to occur. Okay, a man is a social being as he likes to live together with other people. It is by living and working together in organized groups and institutions that people can satisfy their economic and social needs. As a result, there are several types of group, formal and informal. Okay, we say humans are social animals. Okay, for social animals, what does social animal mean? Social animals mean that people live together in groups, that people cannot live alone. A person cannot live alone. He or she needs a companion. He or she needs the group of people with whom he or she can communicate. He or she can satisfy the needs of himself or herself. Okay, so man is a social being as he likes to live together. So there comes many different kinds of organizations or different kinds of groups that a particular person works so as to satisfy his or her needs. Okay, family to satisfy his or her emotional needs, friends to satisfy his or her emotional needs, workplace groups to satisfy his or her economical or monetary needs. Okay, so this way there are many groups. Okay, so we'll study about formal groups. Such formal groups can achieve their goals effectively only when the efforts of people working in these groups are properly coordinated and controlled. The task of getting results through others by coordinating their efforts is known as management. Okay, so to complete a particular task, you take 2-3 people and you work together. So they can't just work together. They have their work needs to be coordinated. After one person finishes the work, the other person has to complete it, continue it. Then the third person continues it. Then the fourth person continues it, and then the whole work is completed. And then some economical benefit is received from that work. Okay, so in order for people to work together, it is important to have a particular plan to make the efforts coordinated and controlled so that the results that we get are desired, and that is nothing but management. Okay, management means what? Controlling the actions, coordinating the actions, planning what actions are to be taken is nothing but a management. Okay, now let's study definition of management. The meaning would be clear as we continue with definitions of management. Okay, the first is by Henry L. Sisk. Okay, management is a coordination of all the resources through the process of planning, organizing, directing, controlling in order to attain stated objective. Okay, management means what? You are doing coordination of all the resources that are available. Resources means what? Manpower resource, after that machinery, after that land, after that raw materials, after that money. These all resources that are, you are trying to coordinate all these resources through the process of what? Planning, organizing, directing, controlling. Okay, planning means what? You're planning how a particular thing is going to happen, how a particular product is going to be produced. Okay, organizing means what? Arranging the things that are required for the plan to work out. Okay, means what? You are trying to organize it effectively. Okay, you are bringing all the resources that are necessary. You are putting them, those all resources in the right place. Okay, next is directing means what? You are directing them, you are guiding that particular resources so that the objectives is attained. Okay, and next is controlling means what? While the work is going on, while the work is continuing, you're controlling that so that there is nothing excess or nothing less, so that you can achieve the exact goal that you want. Okay, in order to attain the stated objective. Okay, so what is management? You're coordinating all the resources using planning, organizing, directing and controlling so that you can achieve a particular objective. Okay, let's study next definition by Henry Fayol. To manage is to forecast and to plan, to organize, to command, to coordinate and to control. To manage means what? To forecast means first plan, imagine what you want to actually do. Okay, then to plan accordingly. Let's understand this by an example. Okay, you have to finish a unit you have your exams and you have to finish your units, your one unit in a week. Okay, so what is the goal? That you have to finish your studying in 1 week for a particular subject, for a particular topic. Okay, so your forecast is completing the studies. Planning means what? How you are going to complete those studies. In that topic you have 7 different points, so you decide every day you will do 1 point of that topic. Okay, this is what you are doing, is planning. Okay, organizing means what? You're collecting, or you're making sure that you have all the available notes and all the available resources to study that particular topic. Okay, next means what? To command means what? To make sure you sit studying. Okay, you command yourself, quietly sit now for studies, quietly shut up and sit completing the studies, so that you can complete the objective. You're commanding yourself so that you complete your studies. Okay, next is to coordinate and to control. To coordinate means what? You're looking at the time, you're deciding at what time you're going to sit. You're making sure that there is a coordination, that when you're going to sit for studying, you have your particular books on at that time. Okay, you are not given to a friend or anything. Okay, and next is to control. To control means what? When you have decided in 1 hour I'm going to finish in 1 day of 1 hour, you're going to finish a particular point, you make sure that you finish your point in that day only. Okay, this is nothing but a management. Okay, next definition is by the Taylor. Okay, management is the art of knowing what you want to do and then seeing that it is done in the best and the cheapest way. Management is what? Is an art. You should know what you are going to do and doing it in an artistic way, so that you get what you want in the best way and in the cheapest way. Okay, you do not spend lot of time. Example, let's continue with the example of studying. When a topic can be completed in 3 hours, you shouldn't be spending 4 hours for completing that topic. Okay, there's nothing but management. You put minimum resources and you get maximum output over here. Okay, so it is an art of knowing when to study, at what time to study, at what time I will get complete free time and I will be able to completely focus on my studies, so that I could study maximum in minimum time. Okay, this is nothing but management. Management is an art of knowing what you want to do and then seeing that it is done in the best and the cheapest way. Okay, it is not just planning, it is also actually doing the thing. You're not just going to plan, I'm going to study today for 3 hours. No, you're actually going to study also. That also comes under the management. Just planning not of no use, but you have to also execute the planning. You have to also achieve the goals, so that you get whatever you want, and that too in the best and the cheapest way. Okay, so now let's study the nature of management. In this we are going to study various different points. So first we'll study that management is a process. Management is a process means what? It is continuity of actions. The different actions are going to happen continuously. Management is a continuous process. It is a process involving a number of interrelated and interdependent functions. The functions which constitute managerial activity are classified as planning, organizing, staffing, directing and controlling. Any other activity of management, such as communication, motivation, coordination, could be fitted in these main functions. So what does management is a process mean? Means it is continuity of actions. You don't do just planning and you say the management is done. No, it is not just planning. It is also organizing, it is also staffing, it is also directing, and it is also controlling. It is different series of things that is done to achieve a particular goal. Okay, so as we are studying doing the example or studying the example of completing a unit in 7 days. Okay, what are you doing? You're doing different steps continuously. Okay, you're first planning how much time you have for doing that particular topic to finish. Next, you're actually seeing if you have all the resources for studying. Okay, next you are seeing how you are going to study. Next you are actually studying, and then you are seeing that that in the required time have you completed your studies. Okay, so what it is, you are doing different steps together. Okay, so management, that is why management is called a process, because you are doing continuously different steps so that you can achieve a particular goal that you have. Okay, and in management, there are 5 different activities that are classified, or 5 different functions of management, that are planning, organizing, staffing, directing and controlling. Okay, As we go ahead, we are going to study in detail what is actually planning, what are different steps of planning, what is organizing, what is staffing, what is directing, and what is controlling. Okay, so now let's study in the next point, that is management is goal oriented. Management is goal oriented means what? You have a particular target that you have to achieve, and because of that you use management. Okay, you have to study, example, you have to complete a studies of particular topic. That is why you're managing, that how you are going to study the topic. Okay, the most important goal of all management activities is to accomplish the objective of an enterprise. The goal should be realistic and attainable. The success of management is measured by the extent to which the established goals are achieved. Thus, management is purposeful. You do management because there is some reason behind it. Okay, you don't just manage because you don't want to achieve anything. Only and only when you want to achieve a particular goal or organization's goal, that only and only at that time you do management. Okay, no one does management to achieve nothing. Okay, everyone has a goal, and to achieve that goal you lay different steps like planning, organizing, and you try to achieve that goal. Okay, so management is a goal oriented thing. Okay, next is management is an interactive force. The essence of management lies in coordination of individual efforts into a team. Okay, management conceals the individual goals with organization's goal. As unifying force, management creates a whole that is more than the sum of individual parts. It integrates human and other resources. Management is an interactive force means what? What does the word interactive mean? Interactive means getting two things together and making them work together. Okay, but example, there are 4 people in our organization. You are making sure that all those 4 people are well coordinated so that you can achieve whatever goal you are want to achieve. Okay, the essence of management lies in coordination of individual efforts. Here, you are taking many individual efforts and you are putting together so that you can achieve a one goal that is of the organization. So, your example, let's take example. You are into a production company. Your company produces pen. Example, let's take that. Okay, so there are different organization. There are different people working in that organization. One, that who are actually producing pens. 2, who are marketing the pens. 3, who are going to sell the pens. And number 4 is a manager who is looking over all these activities. So how many people are there? 1 who is actually producing, 1 who is thinking about how to sell the pens, and number 3 who is actually selling the pens. Okay, so you are making so management is what? It is an interactive force. You are trying to interact all these 3 people's objectives and making that one objective organization, that is selling of pens or or selling the product that you are producing. Okay, so everyone has a different goal over here. First group is having goal of just production. Second group is having goal of thinking new ideas so that the marketing of the pens or the selling of pens increases. Number 3 is third group target is that to sell the pens as much as they possible. So all these individual goals are fit together under organization's goal, that is production and selling of pens. Okay, so management is an interactive force and it brings all the individual goals within the organization's goals. Okay, next is management is a universal process. Wherever there exists human pursuit, there exists management. Without effective management, the intention of the organization cannot be accomplished. Okay, management is a universal process means what? Management is everywhere where you go. Okay, you see in your house, your mother is doing a management of what work have to be done. You see your parents, you see your dad who has a job or who has a business. They are managing to complete the work whatever is in the organization. Next, you see yourself, you are as a student, you are managing your timetable, you are managing your day to study maximum as you want to, and to gain the benefits of from your college. Okay, so management is a universal process. Everywhere you go, any place there where there is a human being, there is a management happening. So management is a universal process. And in organization specifically, we see, let's continue with the factory of pens example. So management is everywhere. Management is not just overall, it is in every part also. Okay, in the production of pens, there is different management happening there. In marketing, there is a different management happening there. In sales, there's a different management happening there. Okay, in production, how management is happening? Collection of raw material, collection of machinery, actual production of pens, and then supplying those pens to salespeople so that they can sell the pens. Okay. In marketing team, how it is happening, deciding the goals, till what do we need till what date we need a new campaign for our marketing, how many new campaigns we want for marketing, how many different places we are going to approach for marketing. Okay. In sales place, what are they going to do? They are seeing that have they actually received the enough amount of pens so that they can sell. Number 2, how are they going to sell? Number 3, how are they going to approach to the public or to the potential customers so that they could buy the pens. Okay. So management is a universal process. It is overall process also, and it is in every part of organization also. Next, management is a group activity. All human and physical resources should be efficiently coordinated to attain maximum levels of combined productivity. Without coordination, no work would accomplished, and there would be chaos and retention. Okay. Management is a group activity means what? That many people come together and make things achieve. Okay. Let's continue with the example of factory of pen. Here what it is, it is a group activity. The first group is of production of pen, second group is marketing team, and number 3 is sales team. Okay. So on these group activities are combined together. The coordination between these groups is an essence of management. Okay. Without management is useless. Means how let's see how it would be useless if there is no management. The company has produced the pens and it has kept with itself. The marketing team doesn't tell how to do marketing. It is just deciding how to do marketing and keeping it with itself. Sales people are saying where is the pen so we can sell the pens. Okay. If there is no proper way, if it is not combined together, if these works are not combined together, if these groups are not combined together and coordinated with each other, then there would be chaos and retention, so that they won't be sell any pens because no one is coordinated with each other. The pen production would be impossible if there is no coordination between the group. So that is why management is called as a group activity. Okay, next we'll study management is a system of authority. Authority is a right to give orders and power to get them executed. Okay, authority means what? Having some power and telling somebody to do something. Example, teacher has authority to tell its students to do their homework or whatever homework that should be done, or whatever studies that they need to do, and make sure that they do the things. Okay. A teacher tells a class to do the homework, and next day she or he is going to check that homework. Okay, this is what the person is having. The teacher is having an authority. The teacher is having a power. Okay. Since management is main concerned with directing the efforts of other personnel towards accomplishment of common goals, the authority to extract the work from others is implied in the very concept of management. Okay. So in order to achieve some goal, you are directing somebody, you are telling somebody, you are commanding somebody to do particular things so that the goal that you are wanting to achieve is achieved. Okay. You are making sure the particular people who do the work. Let's continue with the example of pens. Okay. In the pen company, the whole manager, the CEO of the company, what is his duty? It is to give orders. It is giving order to production company to complete the particular task. Say produce 1,000 pens in a day. Okay, so that person is giving them order, and he is making sure that 1,000 pens in a day are produced. Okay. That is what authority, system of authority. The CEO is giving order to the manager is giving order to the employees that are actually producing the pen. So it is a system of authority. It is a stepwise system of authority in which the work is made sure that it is done. Okay, it is made sure that the work, whatever is of the organization, that the goals whatever company wants to achieve has been achieved through commanding and through making sure that the commands get executed. Okay, that is why management is called a system of authority. Next, management is a unique and distinct process. It differs from all other activities of business. It consists of planning, organizing, directing, and controlling of organizational activities for optimum utilization of its resources to attain predetermined objective. Management is a unique and distinct process. Why is management a unique and distinct process? Because it consists of planning, organizing, directing, and controlling. Example, production of pens is completely different than managing the production of pens. Okay, production of pens means what? You put refill, you put ink, you put nib, and the refill is ready, and then you put that refill into a pen and your pen is ready. Okay, but what is management? Management is deciding how many pens I want to produce. Then it is deciding what resources are going to be required, how the resources are going to be available, organizing all those resources, then directing the people to do the work. Okay, and then controlling that, if that whether the work is done properly, appropriately, and is consistent with the goals or not. Okay, so management is a distinct process. It is management is not actual production of pens, but it is making sure that how whatever goal is there of production of pens is been done. Okay, so that is why management is a unique and a distinct process. Okay, next is management is intangible. What intangible mean? Intangible means you cannot see or you cannot touch the particular thing. Okay, you can just feel it through your senses, but you actually cannot see or touch it. Okay, you cannot use five senses of the body to see whether the management exists or not, but you can feel the existence of management. Okay, management is an unseen or invisible force. It cannot be seen, but its presence can be felt everywhere in form of results. However, managers who perform the function of management are very much tangible and visible. Okay. So what it is here said that management is invisible. You actually cannot see how management is happening. Example, say in your college, the way the work is getting done is nothing but what? A management. Okay, but you see the teachers doing the work, you see the office clerk doing the work. Okay, that is what managers are. Tangible managers, you can see the managers, you can touch managers, but you cannot see the management process that is happening. Okay, so management is intangible. Last, management is an art as well as science. Okay, management is also called as art and also called as science. Okay, it contains a systematic body of theoretical knowledge, and it also involves the practical application of such knowledge. Management is systematic thing. Anything that is systematic, anything that has rules, anything that has a particular format is nothing but a science. Okay, so management is called science. Management, what is the format of management? It is first planning, then organizing, then staffing, then directing, and then controlling. These are the 5 steps that happen in management. So that is why management is called as science. Okay, as science, it lays down certain general principles and mathematical models, for some of which it can guide managers in performing role more effectively. In management, as you'll go ahead, as you'll study more management ahead, you'll see that there are many disciplines that a manager follows. There are many rules and regulations and manager follows, so that he or she gets the work done easily, quickly, and that becomes a guiding tool for the manager. That is why management is called as science. And why is it called as art? Management is an art because the managers have to use their skill and experience while applying the principle of management involving the organization's problem. Okay, management is called an art because why? Because manager has to think about how to get things done in a creative way. Okay, you can't just order the people under you, do this work, do that work. Okay, you have to make sure that their creativity doesn't die, their efficiency doesn't die. So you think about different ways in which the people that are working under you get their work done, and also in a good quality. Okay, so it is art of getting things done from people. Okay, even you just shout on people, do this, do that, do this, do that, the people are not going to listen, because everyone says, why are you just shouting on us? But when a manager talks softly, talks politely, gives them some freedom, gives them some autonomy, at that time the people are happily going to work for that person, and then the organization's efficiency will increase and the quality output of work will increase. So management is also called an art because it is an art. It is a particular way, and it depends on every person how you are going to get the things work done. Okay, how are you going to get the work done from particular group of people? Okay, that is why management is called as science as well as an art. Next, management as an emerging profession. Today, the management has attained the status of profession. Any occupation to be called as professional has to satisfy certain attributes. Namely, it should be a systematic body of knowledge. It can be taught, acquired, and applied to solve problems. It should be associated. It should be have an association that enforce standards to control new entries in the field through licensing. Management satisfies most of these norms, hence it is near to profession. Okay, what is what profession means? What profession means? It has a particular set of knowledge. It has a systematic body of knowledge. Okay, next it can be taught to someone. Let's say the profession of doctor. Doctor means what? They have particular skill sets. They have particular system of knowledge that they acquire. Okay, number two, it can be taught. A person can learn to become a doctor. The knowledge can be transferred from a person to person so that they can solve problems. Okay, so he or she can treat the patients. Okay, next is it should have association that enforces the standards to control new entries in the field of through licensing. Okay, after a doctor completes his graduation, after that only the person gets the license to work as a doctor, to give medicines for a person who is sick. Okay, and same way managers are also becoming like this. Management is also becoming a profession, because what, management has a group of studies, group of knowledge that is attainable, that can be taught, that can be applied to solve problems, and it has also standards to control and new entries through licensing. Through licensing means what? A person does MBA, a person does event management, the person does any hotel management. This is what they do, particular courses through which they get license to do things. Okay, through which they do get license to become the managers. Okay, so that is why management is called as emerging profession. That's it for today's lecture. Thank you.